Most of us live with a quiet, very human belief that true happiness is waiting on the other side of an achievement. We tell ourselves we'll finally be okay once we land the job, find the partner, or leave for that long-awaited trip. The evidence shows that these external wins usually offer a temporary lift. We get the keys to the apartment or the promotion, our satisfaction spikes, and then after a few months, our mood drifts back toward its original baseline. To find out what actually drives that baseline, researchers recently analyzed data from over 20,000 participants in the Estonian Biobank. They combined personal self-reports with descriptions from friends and family, a method that filters out temporary bad moods to find a person's true correlation. The results were staggering. Nearly 80% of the differences in life satisfaction between people can be traced back to their personality, doubling what previous studies had estimated. These numbers represent broad population trends, where satisfaction and emotional stability naturally overlap. Rather than a mechanical grade for your future, this figure shows how much our internal makeup outweighs our external biography. Since external prizes fail to guarantee a permanent shift in mood, the foundation of a satisfied life rests within an internal landscape we can learn to navigate. Linking happiness so closely to personality can feel like a life sentence, especially if you're currently struggling. It's easy to worry that if your traits are inherited, your current mood might be permanent. In psychology, personality describes your lifelong averages and tendencies. It functions as a baseline for your behavior, but it leaves plenty of room for growth and change over time. A difficult season or a period of depression represents a temporary state. These are passing weather patterns, distinctly different from your permanent personality traits. Confusing a hard year with who you are is a trap that science helps us avoid. By breaking personality down into 136 specific microtraits, researchers found that highly satisfied people shared a few specific internal feelings. Above all, they felt capable, and they believed that their effort would produce real results. Feeling capable and believing in effort are internal patterns of interpretation. We can treat these as trainable skills, which gives us the margin to move the needle on our own satisfaction. Shifting that internal climate is easier when we focus on our day-to-day affective well-being. This is the immediate emotional weather you feel throughout the week, which is often more malleable than your long-term evaluation of your entire life. The gut-brain axis serves as a physical communication channel between your body and your mind. Through the vagus nerve and various neurotransmitters, the state of your digestive system sends constant signals that influence your emotional mood. The science here is grounded in reality. While the connection is real, gut health is a secondary support rather than a primary cure for depression. Biology provides the background noise for our thoughts, but it doesn't dictate our entire worldview. This physical link gives us a practical lever to pull. Simple habits like consistent sleep, regular movement, and nutritious food help ease the daily friction our minds have to work against. Caring for the body provides the mind with a more forgiving, stable daily climate to operate within, regardless of the larger problems we are trying to solve. One of the most effective ways to change that climate is through behavioral activation. Instead of waiting until we feel motivated to act, we take small actions first and let the feelings of capability follow. This chart from the 2024 study maps out the specific traits that correlate with high and low satisfaction. We can use these specific points to choose our first actions. The solid lines represent the large Estonian group, while the dotted lines show the findings held true in other cultures. The largest, darkest text represents the most impactful traits, the ones that best explain why some people feel more satisfied than others. We'll focus exclusively on the blue side to avoid fixating on flaws. The items in large text without the letter A are the most universal markers of a satisfied life across different cultures. Pick one or two items that feel attainable, like working on improving myself or learning new things. Then translate that item into a microscopic action, like watching a 5-minute video on a topic you're curious about this Thursday. The objective is simply to mark that tiny task as done. Completing the action, no matter how small, provides your brain with a micro-proof that your effort yields results. Lasting happiness functions like a climate we cultivate, brick by brick, through small, repeated proofs of our own capability. It is a slow internal construction project that begins with the very next small thing you choose to do.